one of the most restrictive guidelines in the state. Independence leaders decided to keep its ordinance on medical marijuana facilities even after concerns of it being unconstitutional.
41 Action supporter Gabriella Pagan attended tonight's meeting. Gabriella, what came out of it?
Well, Kevin, in a 4-2 vote, the city of Independence has now more restrictive guidelines when it comes to medical marijuana dispensaries than the rest of the state of Missouri, voting tonight to keep those buffers of 1,200 feet from the Truman home to any dispensary and 500 feet from any residential home, some calling it unconstitutional, leaving many residents here in Independence angry.
I mean, they've basically zoned it out in most of the city so that the people who are approved on their applications for zoning, and there would be very few, would have pretty much a monopoly, and it would be on the edge of the city.
Independence resident Deborah Holmes says that in itself creates an undue burden, making the amendment unconstitutional.
So if people measured and said, I meet that 1,000-foot guideline, but the way you're measuring isn't the way the state measured, and the city planner said, yes, you're good, and then they retroactively make rules saying, no, you're not, I smell foul. I'm sorry, I just do.
Holmes's main argument is the zoning, saying main corridors like Nolan Road, Highway 24, they will be out of the question, once again limiting accessibility.
I think the neighborhood needs to have some input to a business that operates 100% on cash and operates selling a substance that's against federal law.
And I think we ultimately just need to stick to the state guidelines and go with the state guidelines and be legal. I don't want anything to put the city at risk and have any liability for the city.
Before Monday night's meeting, Robertson said the state guidelines are fine and it's in the Constitution now, so they don't have a choice.
It will greatly limit the accessibility and the location of medical marijuana facilities in Independence. That's correct.
Now, many are asking what's to happen next, especially if city council members themselves are even saying that this is unconstitutional. I am told the state could get involved. We don't know if and when that will happen next, but we will keep you updated. In the meantime, we did reach out to several city council members here in Independence who voted to keep this amendment in place. They declined all of our requests for interviews. Reporting live in Independence, Gabriella Pagan, 41 Action News.
All right, Gabriella, this is quite the talker. Thank you. Kansas City passed this ordinance in July. It requires dispensaries to be 300 feet away from schools, daycares, churches. Manufacturing facilities must be at least 750 feet away.